Hey y'all, it's Charity. I'm here with a demonstration on my latest template just in time for the holidays. Now I'm going to walk through this with you, kind of showing you the versatility of this template. I've downloaded a pair of shoes. I just Googled Jordan 1s. That's like my favorite style. So I'm going to go ahead and import them so I can show you how I so it says 1. So I'm going to go ahead and pop that in here. First and foremost, I'm going to tell you how this will work in your favor, like for color matching and things of that nature. So I'm going to pull this down here to the side, right? So when you open a template, it will look something like this. I would first start by getting my colors together. So boom, color palette, boom, right? So I'm going to let this drop down, and with each swatch, so from the jump, I'm going to grab a color, right? Got that color grabbed. So with the swatch, you come in here. You may already have something in there, but I just like to duplicate the layer. Probably because I don't really like to get rid of the colors just in case I need to come back to something. But then you double click here, and then you go ahead and snatch that color, right? So this is the color directly from the shoe. Close it out, say yes to save, and it will update wherever this other color was. So I'm going to do the same for another color. Okay. So I'm going to do that. Layer, duplicate. Okay. Hide the old one. Get the color for the new. So this, you can go ahead and X. Yes. Okay, as you see, we got some updates with the colors already, which is exactly what it's supposed to do. If you do like I did and click before you get a color, you can just click back over here and grab it with your dropper. So we did that other one. Let's see. Yeah. So with this one, whoops, we already had that open. I'm going to duplicate, and you don't always have to duplicate. Like if you want to keep files super skinny, you could just work with the one that's there, and that's just that. But me, I like to kind of build up my color palettes, if that makes sense, just because I use these for different things, or if I need to go back and edit something, I can. You don't have to, but that's just what I like to do. So I'm on swatch 4, and I'm going to grab this little salmon-y color. So let's open it up. And right here, I'm just going to double click, snatch that color up. Okay, exit out. Yes. And let's see. Let's get that yellow color. The yellow that was in here, I think, was already here. So yeah, this is more of a mustardy kind of yellow. So okay, snatched it. Gonna go down to swatch 5. And I'm just going to double click there and get that color. And here you can see the difference. If you weren't sure, the difference is obvious right here, okay? So click OK, then I'm going to X out of it. Boom, boom, boom. So we pretty much have all of our swatches in place. And you see it updates already. So I have this as a holiday thing. You can use whatever pictures you have. I have a couple random photos. One thing about my template, you have the size guides if you're not familiar with how this works. Size guides, which should roughly give you an idea of your design space and your design area. We have pretty much the basics as far as shirt sizes are concerned, right? So pretty much my rule of thumb is to design within this small, medium area. And, everything else will just kind of continue to the back. Basically, you get more details with the bigger the shirt is. You can also downsize. Once you create your design, you can highlight everything and bring it down if you want more of this into like the boxes, things like that. You can just size that towards the end, but that's really not the biggest of deals. So also I have my print guide. So if you're using 13 by 19, this is just roughly how you would print. It does provide you with like a smidge of overlap. This is for if you're printing from Photoshop directly. I can give you kind of like an idea. I haven't done this in a while. But okay, moving along. So boom. Let's go to your print settings. This is how I was printing prior to my large scale, what is it called? And I can't even remember the size of 13 by 19 anymore. I have to Google that real quick. But say for example, let me see. Is it A6? I thought it was actually B something. Wow, it's been so long. So far removed from this lifestyle. But let's see how it updates. Let's see. So basically you would print what's in here. So you would line that up and then you would click done, right? Because when you then come here to, not your size guide, sorry. This is a print guide. So when you open this up, you hide that area, and that's the area that prints. If you see, it's a little bit more, so when you go back to print, you'll see the space that you can use. Let's go back to print. It's kind of tedious, but you see how you just line that up right there in that perfect box? That's how that would work. You would print this area. Boom, click print. But once you come here and you do your adjusting, you have to make sure you press done so that when you open it back up, it will go back to that same space. So, that's not where we are. We're here in the guide. So you can bring that back. So you're ready to do the other side, right? And then you're going to go back to print. You see how that area filled up? Then boom, now you know what I'm saying? What you didn't hit. What you didn't hit. So you kind of just keep going in that way. You want to ensure that there is some overlap between your image. Like, if you go, let me see. So you see there is overlap with how your thing will be. Because this is the middle line. This is the middle guide. And your box is a little over that. So that should account for your overlap when you're piecing it together. If you look at any of my previous, like, actually pressing an all over shirt tutorial, you'll understand what I'm saying as far as piecing that together. But I do have those print guides built in to the template. So without further ado, we already have our colors changed. And you can just come in here and close, however you want to do it. Okay, y'all, sorry. If you guys don't know, I'm now a mother of 3, and my son recently broke his leg, so that was him. I had to pause for a second, but you can come in here. I'm going to actually start with the images. So I'm going to close this little text group, and I'm going to go to the images, right? Open this group. So if you hear like little grunting, it's my 7-week-old right next to me, but I want to still get this out to you guys. So you just double click because these are smart objects. Boom, boom, boom. You'll see in my other one. This is me and my husband. But that's, well, will that color match for the shoe? Not really. I'm trying to find another picture of us just so I can show you guys how you will kind of like embed your photos. I'm gonna do this of the two of us. Just to use a picture, you can pick whatever photo you want. Also, if you don't know how to remove, the background pretty quickly, you're going to use your selection tool. Then just go to select subject. Photoshop has really been getting better about the quality. As you see, it got us. And all you need to do is create a mask. Then you can change the sizing of everything. I'm gonna just click this, edit, free transform. Whoops, not anything like that. Let's keep it 100. Let's lock this, and then once you lock it and you pull from the middle, it should do things evenly. See, it does a really fair job of cropping. So that's another thing. You don't have to go to an outside. I remember I told you guys about remove.bg. That's quick and easy, but it does take away some of the quality and pixels if you're not purchasing it, I guess. So this is an alternative workaround. So boom, here we are. Put our image in, and then I also have like some background images, which I'm gonna come in and see if I don't know if I have anything that really fits for this particularly. I could just go with the same image. Let's see. Let's go with this one. So it is a Christmas template, but we can make it into whatever, we see fit. So I'm going to select subject again. And boom, it pretty much cleans us up decently. I'm not going to worry about the particulars. Just go ahead and do that. So I'm going to X out of this. Yes. You see how it already has us in here faded, right? So it's holiday, and you're still able to move these images around as you see fit. I'll do something like this on the side. What you can do, like if you have a blunt edge like that, you can add a mask. And this is a kind of like an intermediate step. Using your paintbrush, make sure the black is selected and you're over here. Also make sure your brush type is like a faded kind of brush, because you can just fade. Let me make sure I'm clicked in the right place. Got your paintbrush, check. So you can kind of just fade that out. I don't like really harsh edges. It gives me the feel that you can just go to Walmart and buy one of those little inkjet transfers. And, when you're trying to deal with quality, you don't really want that. And I also have another background portrait right here. I'm going to go in here and change this. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that image. It's a lot going on in there. And I'm going to place embedded. Bring an image in. Me from this same little day, right? Y'all, sorry, that's my baby. He's wiggling. Hopefully, he lets me get through this. So I'm going to try to put this Santa hat on my head. Well, are we going to do Santa? We're not going to do Santa. We're just going to So let's use our favorite, well, one of my favorites, select subject, to kind of crop all this other stuff out. Boom. Let me make sure you guys see the button that I'm pushing. Mask. Boom. So I want to take it a step further because you can and you're able to. The same brush that I used, make sure it's on black and make sure you're clicked inside the mask area. Let's kind of clean this up. Let's taking more than I want, but it's really the vibe right there. Okay, close this out. Just showing you how you can use, what you have for whatever. And I would say like this will be my shirt, right? Or his shirt. Either one. Or you can just do without that, okay? And I think that's what I'm going to do. So we're here. Now we're going to start switching up our text. Let's see. Really, this snowboarder, you can shut anything off at any time. Uh-oh. Okay, y'all. Sorry about that. Again, we're dealing with a lot of factors here in the Harris family. So just the next step here would be to either stick with, like I have this border in here. And another thing I want you guys to get in the habit of is playing with your blend mode. So this is the normal blend mode. Which I might just leave it. That's the original. I just leave it normal. If you want to tone down on the holiday lights, you can shut the lights off. And if you decide altogether that you would rather not do the holiday thing, you could take it off, okay? I don't make these templates to like hold you guys hostage, just to give you a starting point on your designs and such, right? So whatever you don't like, you don't have to use it as such. Tweak things to your liking, basically, is the point there, right? So since we're, stripping this down, we're pretty much trying to make this something that I do want to keep it holiday. So I am going to bring the Christmas back, but the bottom can probably go for me, right? Or because I do like the top, well, I don't want to have evergreens coming up from the ground, so we'll just leave it as is. It's holiday. You can actually bring the presents up some. Well, also be mindful of the borders that you have. So in that case, I will make this a little bigger. Oops. I don't know what's going on here. It's not letting me free transform. And I'm not sure why. Do. Okay. Free transform to make this back full screen. Bring it up. Boom. I'm just going to do something simple. So when you want to change your text, double click. I'm going to just You can create, like, kind of like, just like doing your colors, you are able to simply create a new one or change what's already there. So I'm going to hit layer, duplicate, and just shut one off and then edit one. Actually, okay, so that's a little bigger than, let's see if this will just do the trick. And it does. Now at this point, you have to make sure that your text or whatever is inside this area, or it will be cut off. If you need to like change the size of something, you go to canvas size, and this is the canvas that you change. So if I needed it a little wider, I would add width, height, or whatever, right? This fits, so I'm just going to exit out of this, and the change should update. Boom. Okay, so this is a problem that you might come across if you go much bigger, but we are going to fix it. That's why I like doing these things with you, to show you in real time. See how this is locked? Most of the swatches are probably about the same size. So what I'm going to do is take Christmas, and then I'm going to unlink layers from it, right? So these are all still linked together. Edit. I'm going to go to, what's going on with my edit? I don't know what is going on. I'm trying to make it smaller again to kind of trick it into doing the right thing. Edit. Free transform. And at this point, everything is boom. So we have enough to cover it. And it's showing that it's more than enough because, like, for example, this one is bigger than, some of the swatches are different sizes just based on, like, doing the design and what was needed. So then I could kind of just move it over that way. Boom. So all at once, all of the swatches have been adjusted. So then I'll come back down here and click Christmas and link the layers, because moving forward, you don't want to have to manually do that. So boom. And it should populate, and you can check here by hitting all your other colors to see, like, will there need to be further adjustments. Yep, and that knocked everything into place. So, Merry and Bright. So go click here. Whoops. Click on this text, holiday greeting. Just to make sure, I sometimes just take it away and bring it back. So I'm just going to put Merry Christmas here. Let's see. Also, like normal, you are able to change your fonts, etc. Okay, so yes, save that. You can then still move this. I'm trying to think of what makes sense. Okay. So you can just adjust your colors. Also bring this over. So back here, got falling snow. That can be here. That can be gone. Also, you can remember to put in your own special touches with your glows, etc. Let's maybe use one of our swatch colors. Let's maybe use that. Or then we can come here to the background. And take all of these little backgrounds away, right? I'm going to leave the falling snow because I like that. But I'm going to add another layer and put it under the falling snow because you want to be able to, get good use out of your falling snow. So looking at our shoe, the main colors are, let's bring this here. Click this, then you get your color. I want it to go from this color. And we can just keep it funky. Like, this is probably not something that I would actually do because oops. I'll change this color to bring this a little bit to the middle. Okay, then I'm here. I'm just gonna throw this gradient in. This will also show you guys how to do the same. Boom. So we got all our colors. That's super cute. And instead of Merry Christmas, I'm just gonna say Happy Holidays. Oops. Let's. It's another thing, make sure you're clicking the right stuff. So this swatch, even though it's clicking a swatch, I know that it will work because they are linked. However, if this wasn't linked, this would be problematic. So I am going to change my holiday greeting. Oops. I'm trying to keep it cute. Maybe real love and holiday cheer. Oh. Okay. So knowing that I kind of like the distance that I was given, I'm just going to take my size down. So let's see what 180 does. Real love and holiday cheer. I really want it all on one line. So let's take it down to 175. Nope. Let's go to 150. And that is kind of looks like barely. But because it's not doing much more, this is another example, like you change your image size, your canvas size. So with the width, I'm going to take it to 26. And can bring that down so you can see. When that pink line hits, that's keeping it centered. So, boom. X. Yes. Up, and you see what's going on here. Let's see. Click. And all you do is, again, go to the holiday greeting, unlink layer, go back to the swatch. Something as simple as possibly just shifting it over might help, and that did. So you really don't have to make it bigger. I just nudged it to the left. Let's see if that works for all the colors. No. You see how that's it's much smaller. Much smaller. Much smaller. So what we'll do, we'll take our smallest one, edit. Oh my goodness. I'm going to have to figure out the shortcut for free transform. Whoops. I'm going to do that right now because I don't have time to keep playing with Photoshop. So make it a little smaller. Control T. And I'll be using that in the future. So it has everything selected. But since we're looking at the smallest bits and pieces, anywhere that our light pink is visible, that lets you know we need it much bigger. But we want everything. And if you just want to do something individually, you could easily just unlink it from the rest of the layers and go from there. But like, so look, the yellow swatch is huge. But I'm going to come back and link layers because I don't want anything like that. So I like how that's going. I'm going to bring this up. Another thing, you can go inside here. Whoops, the wrong one. You can go inside the holiday greetings one. I'm really feeling this gradient. I didn't think I would. But go inside the holiday greeting and you can make this wider. Let's see if that works. So I'm going to do my Control T since we know that is whatever, and it better work because I'm sure that's what I saw. Control T. I'm trying to think why is Photoshop playing with my head right now. Everything except what I want to pop up is popping up. So I'm going to unlock it, and I can make this a little longer. And click, boom, boom, boom. Then I'm just going to nudge it up to where everything is within the lines. X. Okay, this is exactly what I wanted to do. So back to our text, Christmas. Let's see. And look at our swatch. Let's go back here. See how our swatch is not giving what it's supposed to give. And that's just literally a part of design. Okay, so let's see if I can just bring the swatch down. And I can, it's covered everywhere, right? So then, let's not forget to link it back. It's linked, it's good to go. Then I want to bring back this is a 'tis the season, right? I'd have other like placeholders. You don't have to use any of these. These are literally just placeholders in case you wanted to add more text if you really had something to say. Oh, see, look like that's another one. Let's close this up so things won't get So confusing. We're done working with our images. We got our background. We can close that up. Splatter is something that I always like to kind of keep in the tuck. Let's open this up. It was something super colorful like this. Like, boom. I used a pattern. I was just messing around, but I'm going to clear all of these styles. So what I can do, use your properties, color overlay, and just switch up with some of our colors that we have in our swatch. I'm not going to use yellow because I'm using that for for the Harrises. So let's go back to that first, okay? We'll get into splatter later because that is extra. You do want to get down your text placement. Well, that's just the order that I like to do it. I'm not going to say what you like to do, but text placement matters to me. You see I got one down there, Harris Family. Bloop, bloop, bloop. I'm looking for the one that we, boom. Okay, so do note that, so grab Christmas, which is for the Harris Family, and also grab all of its bits and pieces, right? And the easiest way is to make it a folder because I want to reposition it. I want it to go under this. This holiday greeting group. So I have it, and I'm gonna just change it to the Harrises because you want to be sure that you know what you're working with, right? So I'm gonna take it down below the holiday greeting, put it in between there because I want that to kind of hang over like that. Know how I brought this picture, made this picture a little bigger. I don't understand what's going on right here. I'm just gonna scoot this down in the meantime. So many times I want to use Control T. Must didn't have the right shortcut because it's not working for me. But let me do what I have to do. It's like everything else is working. Let me see if I even have clicked, honey. Make that a little bigger. Lock it up. I thought I was locking it up. Then I'm gonna go back. I'm having to click other things first, which is kind of weird. Locking it up. Just make sure it's doing what it's supposed to do. Boom. The Harrises. Boom. There we are. I'm gonna take this glow effect off. Just go to drop shadow. Let's see what we're looking like here. Yeah, definitely don't want a pink drop shadow. This is another little part. Let's take it to 0. Let's just kind of soften it up. do. And then down here where I have additional text, I'm going to go to Harris Fam. Also, once you get the hang of this, you can make different groups like how I did with the Harrises to position it how you want it to. Harris Fam, this is it. Another thing, if you have your own specific wallpapers and stuff like this, I'm going to show you it. I'm going to release the clipping mask. Boom, a plaid pattern. You can essentially, just clip it to your image. Like if I hide that, then it'll go back to the color that I pick. But let's see. Let's use this color because it'll match our little shoes here. Right? This little thing, I'm really not feeling it. It's gone. Guess I'll leave it. Yeah. I could probably just find some presents or something to put under here, truly. Because it's not really my favorite. But that's where your creativity comes in. Then right here, I'm just going to take it to Christmas 2022. Do. And boom, you have like created your little holiday shirt to wear in the living room, okay? So before printing, of course, not of course, but before printing, remove your size guidelines. You can also take your color palettes away. I'm going to create a mock-up using this. So if you're not too sure with your shirt sizes and stuff, all you really have to do is remove. Let's clean things up. I don't think I'm going to add any splatter or anything else. The snow, that's enough. But you do have that option if you're, looking to take your design to a different level or do something else. So boom. Based on your shirt size, you can move this up and down, right? But for me, the key is kind of like, I wouldn't like this bluntness. So I'm going to take it back. I'm going to take that layer back away. So if you're not sure if your shirt will fit inside this little area, like if you're doing a little bit bigger shirt or like the 2X shirt, I would totally remove this. Okay? I would. Sometimes I like to print just, I don't know, that's just kind of my personal thing because this is helpful for when you're having to lay your image back down. But if you just kind of know what you're doing and can get the hang of it, this is also a simple route before printing. If you're using the size guides, you would, not those, sorry, the print guides, you would, be printing boom, 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 boom. Also for the 13 by 19, if you want to print more outside of that, then go right ahead. For example, this is only covering to here. If you need to add this extra, go right ahead. Okay? It's literally just guidelines to kind of help you work your way through it. It's not Bible truth because for one, the shirts that you use are up to you. That's, that's your own thing, right? I'm going to try to stop chit-chatting. I'm going to create a mock-up and show you kind of how this thing would look on a t-shirt. And let me make sure I cover everything. yeah, so you don't want to print with all of these on. If you are printing from Photoshop, this is where you would use these print guidelines. This really is only like a Photoshop hack kind of thing, right? What I like to do, I'm gonna hide my shoe for the time being, but for mock-ups and stuff, I just save a copy as a JPEG. Boom, mock, boom, 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 because that's how you will be printing the files. I use Epson Edge Print now because I have a bigger printer, but prior to that, you could print from this, or you can print from, I think Adobe. I have these on my channel, how you can print, right? Just print videos. So here, using the print guides and I think Adobe. But in Adobe that it does not account for overlap. So it's precision in Adobe. That's just one thing I would like to note. Thanks for watching. I will be back to show you guys my holiday outfit, etc. If you do buy this template, you will receive it as it was in the beginning. So I was just really showing you how you would kind of work with something. It really won't take that long if you know kind of like what you have in mind, an idea of a design, but I did want to be thorough in my explanation of what you can do with this, because you don't have to leave it as a holiday template. This can totally be a non-holiday thing with simply just the removal of the holiday stuff. Now I would still clean this up, but this alone is a shirt, so no worries. Thank you guys for your support. Thank you for your patience. It's been a while. We've been in the process of trying to buy a new home, sell our home, had a baby, my son broke his leg, etc. We're just going through a lot of things right now, but I want to get back to you guys, and I hope that you guys can use this for your holiday, your Christmas things, but I'm also showing you it can be used for things other than Christmas, just in case this video makes it to you later than the holiday season, right? So I'll be back to show you the mock-up. I'm going to try to create a mock-up that you can use for your images using my stuff. So that will probably be added to the purchase of the template. So you'll get the template as well as a mock-up. I think that's going to be my little gift for being MIA for a while. Okay, just coming back to show you guys the finished product and the mock-up. Real Love and Holiday Cheer, the Harrises, Christmas 2022. So yeah, actually in making this quick little mock-up, I decided that I will create a video showing you how to make a mock-up of your own. This was pretty simple, probably took me a total of 5 minutes to do. But again, y'all, thanks for your support, thanks for your love. Holla.